We are in the winners bracket final now. The winner of this will go to the grand finals, in which they will wait for their opponent in a different day. Faceless looking pretty hot here in the tournament. I don't think they've dropped a single game. Warriors Gaming Unity had to sneak one out of TNC yesterday, and they earned their right to go up against Faceless. And they've drafted themselves an Oracle. This is definitely a little bit different as per usual, whereas Faceless is going to go with the tried and true, the Darkseer Slaughter combination, the Ember Spirit, and of course the Nuts Crystal Maiden. Steven, what do you think about this draft so far, especially the Oracle?
I think the Oracle is just mainly to deal with Darkseer in the offlane.
Okay.
And it's also pretty good against the Ember Spirit, removing the Flame Guard and, as I mentioned, the Darkseer Iron Shell.
Do you know if he could slight dodge the Purifying Flames? Like as
that's a good point. I'm actually not sure how the interaction works. Mainly because even if you dodge it, maybe the purge still hits you.
Yeah, I don't know how the projectile works, like whether it could disjoint it or it will follow you, but I guess hopefully we'll see this game. You know, the traditional way for a Darkseer to deal with the Oracle is to ignore it and just go jungle. And I don't see why Faceless or Ice won't be doing that this game.
I think he'll still... Maybe he'll still show up in lane. Just kind of feel it out. Make the supports at least attempt to go on him before really just committing to the jungle. I think by doing so, it makes the mid lane, or maybe even the off lane, just a little safer for his other cores.
Well, I'm not sure whether you could do that anymore. Again, the Iron Shell mana cost change on Darkseer makes that kind of a costly move. Even jungling the level 1 camp, or jungling Darkseer at level 1, you need to spend quite a bit of Iron Shells, especially on the bigger camps. So he might be very constricted and need to use that early shrine. But we'll see. WG really going into the timer for the last two picks here. They need an offlaner and they need a mid.
Well, like you said, Faceless, I think, pretty much undefeated in this qualifier. And honestly, their draft is looking very similar to most of their other matches. I'm fairly certain that Warriors Gaming did some kind of research. Maybe they're planning on pulling out a new strat here just to deal with this Faceless lineup.
Yeah. Also to note that the first ban Pudge is, you know, dictated to slowing down Black, but I wonder if they know the hook interaction doesn't work anymore. So maybe...
I'm certain that they know about it.
And it's still ban it out? Okay.
They still ban it out. That's just how much they fear the Black Pudge.
Alright. I mean, a big part of Pudge play is getting that early level 2 and getting to go for the boots. But... Wait, is my game like frozen or something? I don't see the timer going down.
I have the same issue.
Is the game pause?
Did the game pause? Yeah. Let's see if there's anything in chat. No, nothing in chat. Did the lobby crash?
Are we trapped in our own world? And nobody knows what's happening?
Maybe. Well, let's see. It's coming close to the 110 timer. We'll see exactly what happens here.
What do you mean the 110 timer? I'm just stuck at 110.
I'm just saying, like, if it was stuck at 110, it's probably coming close to 0 right now, and we're just wondering if anything happens here.
There's
That's
a lot of
more than 70 seconds.
There's a lot of disconnected. Nuts has paused the game. Oh, okay, like whole bunch of people disconnected it. The entire WG team disconnected during the draft.
Right, that's what happened.
And Nuts just the good guy Nuts actually paused it.
All right.
Could have just ran them out of time, but
Radiant's ban.
Nuts ain't about that life.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, like, at this kind of level, who's really gonna pull out the rule book in the middle of a draft? Like, out of everything,
Seconds to go.
the drafting is where you pull out the rule book. And
I
I mean, Warriors Gaming is
5 seconds.
like, I'm pretty certain everyone is kind of used to Warriors Gaming 5-man disconnects every now and then.
Reserve time.
At least once per game. We have not seen it in the draft yet, though.
That's true. Always during the game, at least once every series.
Yeah. Now let me update the Twitch title. So it reads Faceless versus WG Unity. Playing pretty upfront.
All right, I'm ready to see some more
He
ice.
does have the Sentry Ward
Darks
available,
here.
so he
Dyer's banned.
still going Helm, you think? Alright, here comes the
Despite all
smoke,
the
and this
nerfs.
could be
Yeah. It's
the very
the nerf is
last.
just the creep gives more gold, and Satyr Banisher is now nerfed,
Gives
but-
less stats as well.
and it gives a little less stats. Yes, that's correct. But overall, like, I don't think that's really what he buys the helm for. I think he's still going to achieve his goals with the helm purchase.
What I don't recall is whether he gets the Soul Ring before or after the Helm.
I'm pretty certain that you. Well, actually, I guess I'm not as certain.
Yeah.
I think he does though.
Well, and then the fact that the Darkseer also got nerfed mana-wise, I wonder if his build will need to be adjusted a bit. I guess Crystal Maiden kind of ties you over, so maybe he doesn't have to worry about it this
that's
game.
true.
But maybe in future game, that's a concern.
I think if you don't have a Crystal Maiden, you probably just go Soul Ring into Arcane Boots and then Helm.
Soul Ring Arcane Helm.
Yeah, then
That-
you
that's-
definitely don't.
That delays the
have
Helm quite a
knowledge.
bit. I've seen him in like brown boots with Helm, so I know he definitely doesn't get Arcanes.
Okay. If he goes Brown Boots, then almost certainly you have to get the Soul Ring. Otherwise, you're just not going to be able to farm.
Yeah. All right, the
think
black
it's okay
Slark
for now
gets
as
taken
well.
out. And honestly, that's a good choice here. Not a lot of ways to lock them
It
down.
has
Normally, we do see
ads queued
Faceless
up.
picking up something like a.
You don't have to deal
Clinks
with the
in this
Arcane
position.
Orb anymore,
You think Clinks would be good this game?
or the Sanity definitely. Especially, I think it's pretty good against Juggernaut for sure. Pretty decent against Weaver, depending on how you build it. But overall, like Warriors
wrap
Gaming
around
just doesn't
happen
exactly
when
have
you-
the greatest
if you get-
lockdown.
They have a disarm, right? Like before BKB, Oracle just popped that Fate's Edict on Clinks.
10 seconds.
Isn't that a simple solution?
Well, if you face Edict the Clinks, you have to remember there's Darkseer, Starguard, and Ember Spirit.
No, I thought you were gonna say Darkseer's gonna send his Satyr creep coming in and purge it off.
Purge it off? No.
I mean, that's definitely an option. That they can do that. But we're gonna see an LC today, and LC has been losing games. So LC obviously good at taking out things like Corrosive Haze, as well as the Ember Chain, as well as Frostbite.
Seconds to go.
Yeah, but once again, my only concern for Warriors Gaming is like not too many stuns, just very reliant on the Earth Spirit. And Faceless, they weren't afraid to draft into the Earth Spirit with the Ember Spirit. Like, I think Earth Spirit's one of the better supports to deal with the Ember Spirit, just because of how quickly you can get out that silence.
True.
Oh, that's actually another interesting thing too. Fortune's End on Oracle is a root, right? And if you catch an Ember Spirit with that root, he actually can't Fire Remnant.
Just like it was originally intended.
Yeah.
It took a patch though.
But I feel like it's still not that important, just because well, Ember Spirit, it's not exactly hard to see when he's channeling Fortune's End.
Well, but you might not have a creep to like use like to dodge off of. I guess you could just run early with.
Yeah, just run early. Send a Remnant out earlier.
All right.
Okay.
The Black Anti-Mage, we've seen it once, and he definitely did take over the game, but I think one thing I recall you saying was Black got all the glory at the end, but it was his 4 teammates that created the space for him. So
Yeah.
I think the thing to watch out for is how well Faceless can play 4v5, at least for the first 15 minutes.
This is starting to look like the exact game that they played the other day.
Against a team that doesn't really have a lot of lockdown. I mean, LC in theory could find and lock down the anti-mage, but that's just too much to rely on for one hero.
I agree with you. And Weaver's not exactly the greatest core to go up against the Anti-Mage. And in fact, Anti-Mage just kind of
Go.
destroys Weaver, in my opinion.
Yep.
5 seconds.
I'm honestly just really concerned for this Warriors Gaming draft, because this Faceless draft just looks incredibly superior, in my opinion.
I mean, I think average game length for previous Faceless games was like 25 to 30 minutes. And yeah,
Well, the thing is, if they are relying on the black anti-mage, then the game might drag on a little longer.
Yep. But that might not be necessarily good for WG as.
Oh, it's definitely not better for them. It's just that Faceless kind of, just to be safe, they just let their anti-mage pull like as far ahead as possible before really taking the engagement. Oh, XY finds off food.
Okay, Iron
He
Shell
still has that roll.
I think if he rolls, your XY will be able to block it off. So
I think so too.
yeah.
Uh-oh.
Iron Shell being
Second
caught
Iron
up.
Shell.
Body blocks coming through. His teammates are here. Double Iron Shell is going to come through here, but okay, here comes
Okay, one gets
oh!
purified.
3-man crush. And looks like both supports have to go back to base because that's a lot of resource down.
30 seconds.
All right, everyone go back and shrine before everything happens. All right. So it's going to be somewhat expected for these lanes. It's going to be the offlane and LC. Ajit on the Weaver. Oh, he's going to go for that snipe.
Wait. I think he...
Times his Shukichi.
Yeah. If he waited a little, he would have got that one in. How greedy is he? He's going to leave the one for himself to be grabbed. But not going to get punished.
You got to play. Greed is good.
Alright, mid lane, the Juggernaut. Nana up against Jabs. Think this is pretty much a even lane. There should be no kill potential unless there's some kind of roam, and Nana will get the easy D ward here.
You know, you say the lanes are even, and I think we mentioned it before that I also thought it was even, but I remember one time Jabs just... Oh, he accidentally fairy fired.
I mean, I'm sure there, like the supports roaming in could affect the lane, but I think the matchup is even. Whether the player plays it evenly is, you know.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Now, we are seeing the effects of the Oracle on the top lane just straight up nuking the wave with his Fortune's End and purging off the Iron Shell. And Ice already starting to clarity. He's out of mana. Surprised to see now Ajit just like Sakushing off the clarity.
Well, it appears that Ice most likely just going to go into the jungle. I think XY should be leeching up here, if anything.
Yep. Alright, that's all she wrote on that laning stage. So, Ice solved. No problem. Go next.
That's just the strength of the Darkseer. He's still going to end up finding his farm and walk back into the lane with a Dominator and Soul Ring, probably like at 7 to 8 minutes, I'd say.
Right, but I mean, normally if you say you have Darkseer Slaughter, I'm going to go up with you with my dual lane. You assume the dual lane gets crushed, right? But this particular set of heroes by WG is able to actually not only contain the Darkseer, but force him out of lane, which then frees up the Earth Spirit to do stuff on the other portions of the map. And speaking of Earth Spirit, looks like he's trying to do some pulling shenanigans, but unable to do so.
He manages to finish his level 2 down here, then makes his way back in. Oh, Xnova also makes the rotation mid. Jab's almost going down, forces to use his salve here.
Actually, the CS-wise here, this time it's going to be Ember Spirit falling really far behind. I guess that gank had a lot to do with it. The accidental Fairy Fire usage, maybe. Top lane Ajit is actually forcing a kill on Darkseer. Darkseer surging away. Very low in HP and mana. Needs to salve here. Ajit out of mana himself, but shouldn't really need it.
Jabs is just holding on to his skill points. Guess he doesn't really see too much
Ooh, Ajit gets crushed during his Sakuchi, and it's running out. He's gonna go into the tree, salve up immediately. If they know where he is, they could force a kill, but he's out.
Oh, Black? Way behind enemy lines.
Yeah, just trading his life for his mana. Pretty good trade if you ask me. And you can see that Ben is adjusting by leveling his Moment of Courage. No point to actually level up his other spells. Won't even have mana to use it.
I think 2 levels is more than enough, though. He should definitely still get pressed to attack.
Yeah.
The utility is definitely going to be necessary later on.
I mean, Ben does what he wants in the lane, though. Yesterday, essentially won the game from his team with the off-lane Omni Knights. So
I remember that game.
If he wants to
That
max,
game was great.
Yeah. If he wants to max Moment of Courage, I will not say anything.
Right, mid lane jabs.
Spin going off here. Stun's gonna come through, and they're gonna root him up, and that's gonna be a kill. Jabs, not expecting the rotation from behind, and gives up first blood. That's a rare sign of Jabs actually like dying in the lane. He's usually very, very good at this portion.
I think one of the main reasons is that the supports always seem to get out the ward successfully, but this time around they get a D ward at level 1, so he's just playing blind completely here.
True. And also because the Darkseer on the top lane is not controlling the lane, as
Roll in.
XY trying to run away, but Nana's gonna get yet another kill. Before that game, I was gonna say that normally Darkseer is like pushing the wave in and making sure that he is zoning 2 supports, or keeping track of them where they are, but again, the Darkseer is in the jungle, so they don't have that information up top either.
Yep, definitely. And I think that's just like what makes this Oracle pick actually like very good in their favor. I think that if Ice Ice really just wanted to get levels, he could stay up here. It's not exactly that easy to kill him, but since the Iron Shell keeps getting purged off, he's just not going to get any farm, and I think farm is just more important overall.
Sure. I mean, a Darkseer without farm in the mid game is actually fairly useless. And a lot of times, a Darkseer that falls behind just, jungles until he does get the farm. And at least in this game, Darkseer, despite having the Crystal Maiden, he does go for the Soul Ring and rebuys a couple of Clarity, so the mana nerf has done its job at least. It is wrecking this Darkseer a little bit. But looks like he's going to queue straight into a HOD.
So you were right, Brown Boots, and then Soul Ring, go straight into HOD. Rotation from WG, they're going in deep. They want to stop this Darkseer from farming. If they catch him out in time, they had the right idea. They did ward up here.
Yeah. A pretty freshly paced one as well. Looks like a lot of jungling is to be had, and normally at this stage of the game, Faceless is up like, 5-1 or something. And so far it's WG all the way. Don't think this is gonna be... Oh, another D-Ward for Nana. Man, Nana is doing super well in this mid lane.
Yeah, Phase Boots and Bottled Regen.
Look at the net worth difference. He's up about 1,500, 1,400 over his opponent on the mid lane. Like, you don't see this kind of deficit in pro games.
Jabs had a horrible time in the mid lane, just constantly getting pressured, and he just didn't really get too much support this time around compared to normal.
Alright. The Iron Shell from the Darkseer are constantly getting purged, but he reapplies them and does get some last hit, but this is not too great.
Well, the thing about, even though he can purge the Ion Shells, it's still kind of difficult for him to purge every single one of them, because Fortune's End is kind of expensive.
Yeah.
110 mana.
And it does have a very long cooldown, so. Black, now up on the tower. He is farming pretty well and maintaining a good pace. Looks like he's also going for the helm. We did see that yesterday.
We also saw a Scepter coming out.
Yep.
Definitely not the game for a Scepter, though.
No.
I don't think it's going to be too great here.
Scepter against Duel, probably not the intended effect. Lincoln's would be probably a better defensive choice.
Alright, let's take a look. Warriors Gaming up 2,000 net worth so far. Like you said, that mid lane just probably one of the larger gaps that we've seen so far.
Yep. I mean, giving a Juggernaut this level of farm early on is quite scary. Suddenly makes heroes like the support CM, the support Slaughter much harder to play out in the open field. XY on the top lane. Does have the Tranquil Boots already finished, but Ajit also farming extremely comfortably. Looks like he's going for a Helm of Dominator himself.
Oh, Ajit, he has to be careful here.
Dude, the jukes. And now Remnant's coming back in. Now they want to go on X Nova. Jabs does have more fire, and he's going to pop it out right now. But the disarm's going to go on himself. Jabs out of mana right now, but I don't think they will pursue. Suddenly 4 rotation up top for Faceless, but they get nothing. And WG gets to just farm. Bottom lane.
Looks like WG have done their research. This is looking like a very solid start from them.
Yeah. And the beautiful thing is that they're not trying to do anything sneaky, right? They're not like using some pull tactics. They're just playing straight up, and they're outplaying Faceless, which I think few teams in C right now could say they could do constantly.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, they seem to be very prepared.
All right, there's
Nana gets really
random
up by
ancient just hanging out like outside the camp.
Oh. Oh.
Chaps.
That was like the earliest roll I've ever seen from Alfu. I think he might actually have killed Jabs just by Omni slashing.
All right, we're gonna try to set up a gank here. Never mind. Black's just gonna break out of this and start right clicking.
So while this is a pretty great start for Warriors Gaming, you do have to remember this is mostly black.
Oh, nice
Oh,
silence!
nice silence coming out.
The kick's gonna miss, but it doesn't matter. That silence definitely saved his life, and I think it silenced the Slaughter and the Furbog, so there was no stun whatsoever.
But yeah, like I was saying, you know, even though the game is going well for Warriors Gaming right now, at the end of the day, this is an anti-mage draft, so they have to be prepared for anti-mage in the later stages.
I mean, that might be true, but do you think right now the 4 protect 1 game is good by Faceless? I mean, Black gets to do what he wants, but honestly, nobody else is getting great farm. Ice is doing okay, Ember's doing okay, but I think they're more used to playing with a much larger level of farm, usually.
Yeah, I agree. This is probably the first time we've seen them struggle so much in the early game.
Tower is going to get denied. Nicely done by Ice. Just Sakushi's on cooldown right now. He's in the trees. He will time lapse, but he gets amped here. Nice vacuum back in, and they do get the kill. I think Ajit definitely overstayed his welcome there, and now suddenly that lane gets freed up. Ice is going to shove it back in. He does have the Bugatti, and he's going to farm with it.
This catapult was a vital part of WG's success yesterday in that Omni Knight game.
And now look at it being micro that's just farming, no problem.
Alright, that was a pretty big kill for Faceless. Oh, interesting to see Weaver actually getting held with the Dominator now.
Yeah, I was actually pointing out earlier. What do you think about this build? I don't know if I agree with this.
I think that Dominator is set in stone as one of those items where pretty much anyone can get it, and I think it's still going to be pretty decent.
Well, the thing is, Weaver in particular has a lot of like key items that he needs to hit, especially if you want survivability. The Lincoln delays your build by so much, and by going for this kind of utility item in between, then your damage gets further delayed down the road. So that's why, and of course, Helm of Dominator doesn't really give Weaver damage to begin with.
I kind of agree with that, but once again, it's just the item is just so solid overall that you can still definitely get a lot of value out of it. Well, he controls one of the melee creeps and he's just tanking up this tier 1 tower.
Ben's gonna eat the trees to see if anyone's hiding. And tier 1 goes to Ben. Ben's Blink Dagger timing. He's not even going for Blink. This is the off-lane armlet LC. This is not something you see too often because generally LC in the off-lane, you just don't have to farm like luxury, so you never get to afford the armlet. Ben now fighting up a Furbog. Do you want to defend this? Nice silence coming through. Can he actually get off the duel? The rock does not hit. The vacuum back into a clap, and now it's going to be Afu in a lot of trouble, but the help here from X-Nova is going to be there. Ben goes down, and he believes Afu is going to be dead as well. Jabs knows, and he's going to go forward. Jabso taking way too much magic nuke damage, and somehow, some way, we are reminded of the OS Frog Oracle. Afu's kept alive. I thought for sure he was dead when he's taking so much damage.
Isis Ice searches in. Yeah, I agree. I thought he was dead too, but this Oracle pick against the Ember and the Darkseer really like showing why it's so good against these two heroes.
Yeah.
Like Jabs has died so quickly because he just instantly removed the Flame Guard.
Yeah, instantly removing the Flame Guard and of course using that disarm to prevent magic damage being dealt to you. I mean, at the end of the day, magic is all Ember's got right now, right? So you see that triple remnant in, you just disarm somebody and he's fine. Iron Shell being chased in. Oh, the wall gets dropped as well, and Nova is dropping.
He's
down.
out of mana. Oh, he
Yeah.
Ion Shelled the illusion.
A stylish kill.
Alright, let's see. Nana still holding a decent lead over everyone. Black is only still 1,000 off, but once he gets that Battle Fury, I think the timer is going to start counting down for Warriors Gaming.
Alright,
my cat's going.
I believe that Juggernaut can definitely take on Anti-Mage as well as LC, but they need to maintain like a very good pace. Oh, bottom lane. Nice roll kick. Looks like an easy kill. Alright, Slaughter goes down. Ajit picks up another kill. Or Afu does, actually.
Sorry, my cat is like trying to steal his toys.
It's okay. I don't have animal problems, but
Alright, I'm back.
gotta do what you gotta do.
Okay.
So even though Ajit went for the Helm of the Dominator, he's still farming pretty quickly.
Yeah.
It's 2.4k now. Couldn't go for that Dragon Lance if he wants to.
Trouble brewing at Radiant
He does have it queued up. He could buy it all right now if he wants.
Dire's mid tower won't last.
Black starting to be active over the map here, despite Battle Fury not being finished.
A soldier's fortune.
Oh, X-Nova. Vacuum.
Into a stun. And the
That's
disarm.
the end of it.
Yeah. I think whenever X-Nova just disarms anybody, like, that's it. Like, the gank's over. I guess I shouldn't be calling this spell Disarm. It's Fate's Edict, and one of the property is it disarms the target, but the other property is that it grants 100% magic immunity. Which explains why it's so good against the Darkseer, the Ember.
Yeah, and that's like just another big reason as to why Oracle is so good against
Darkseer.
Ember Spirit.
Yeah.
Not just Darkseer, but Ember Spirit. Ooh. Nice.
Ana. Oh, Ice is going in the trees. Do you think a single Omni Slash will kill him? Maybe not with the Centaur.
If he eats the whole thing, I think he will. But like
Oh.
you said, not with the Centaur.
No, it's starting to get separated. He's thinking about Omni Slash. It's gonna fly out. It's not even close. Search. Oh, needed a little bit of extra spin damage. Did find it. Nuts is gonna try to TP out, and he will make it home. Close one. And the other thing that Ice has normally been doing is he puts the Iron Shell on his creep and farms with it, but every time X-Nova sees it, no. You're
Yeah.
gonna get rid of it.
Especially since he's always trying to bully X-Nova with it, and X-Nova's just like, I ain't having any of this.
Yep. Back in the mid lane here, Nana in a lot of trouble. Mana Void gets used, but he's out of mana, so actually these falling right clicks by Black is not doing too much. All of the offense by Faceless just getting blunted.
Well, one thing to point out is XY did make that attempt with the Blink Dagger, so he does have the Blink Dagger now.
Okay.
Dire's mid tower is having
He gets the crush, no follow-up. I was gonna say he should have blinked into the lane and crushed his Helm of the Dominator creep for that extra money.
125, man.
It's kind of like killing a lone druid bear at this point. Obviously, it's not as much as 300 gold, but 125 is quite a bit.
Alright, Manta Sao first for Nana. Removing that corrosive haze, as well as the Ember stuff. I wonder if he's gonna go like into the standard Diffusal Blade, Blink, Basher, that kind of build. I feel like having a early access into Basher is probably pretty good against Anti-Mage, which, you know, if you want a way to deal with him as he approaches late game.
Hold that thought. Smoke against smoke. Is Nana gonna get caught here before his team could back him up?
Black breaks the smoke here. Nana does not get a spin off here, and he's gonna get completely chainside. He spins, he walks it off, he spins, in fact, off everything. The wall comes in back, and Nana being slowed down at the wall, the remnant back in. Where's his teammates? Meanwhile, Ajit's gonna come in on the back line. That looks like there was a magnetized use. XY is gonna get dueled. He's gonna go down. In the front, Ajit is gonna time lapse. He's gonna be fine. And now the chase goes the other way. They see it nuts. They ping him out. The right click coming through, and Ben with the right click is gonna get one more. Was there any buyback used? Yes. The Juggernaut.
Yeah, Juggernaut bought back.
Yeah, and that was a pretty crucial buyback. I think, all things considered, Faceless happy with how that engagement went.
Yeah, definitely. Pick off Nana, make him buy back as well. But Warriors Gaming, they're not gonna put this buyback to they're gonna put this buyback to use. They're gonna go for the Roshan. And Ajit, with his gold saved up, he actually goes for a Desolator as his second.
Oh my god, here comes the creep though.
Thank you for the 125.
Well, that's true. That's true. The spin guarantees not the Aegis, so I guess the buyback didn't hurt that much. Now that he has 2 lives to back it up.
This'll come in handy.
But with that buyback, he is no longer the top net worth. And Anti-Mage, now online with the Battle Fury.
Yep.
Dire's top tower. You know the drill.
Black senses a gank coming his way, backs up. Almost has his Yasha as well. This is going to speed up his farm by quite a nice amount.
The rest of the team playing very aggressive over the tier 1 tower. I mean, it seems like WG is very comfortable playing the late game, the slow farming game with Black. And
I think so too. But considering their start as well, they have a decent amount of pressure on the map, and I guess they don't feel too scared to farm up the map right now.
And we've seen Oracle's late game, especially on a hyper carrier such as Juggernaut or Griever. So, if they want to go late, I definitely see their logic in doing so. Although, it was only yesterday that Ember Spirit kept 2 people in prison essentially endlessly with the level 25 Ember chains. And that
was paired up with the Pudge too.
Yeah, that is still available. WG will get another tower.
Radiant's bottom tower's done for.
I think for the first time in the DACC qualifier, we are approaching the 20-minute game yet, and Faceless is not up by 10,000 gold or something.
I think you're right, yeah.
This is rather close of a game. Ooh, Nana going for the straight butterfly here. What's your take on that? Instead of like Diffusal Blade or Basher or some sort of fighting item.
I think this is, well, I mean, in this case, I think Butterfly is the fighting item.
Okay, I mean, I see Butterfly as more of a scaling into late game, right? You don't waste any of your slots on kind of the smaller items.
Because if you have a Butterfly right now, I mean, who's really going to be able to kill you?
True.
Black's not going to have the damage to kill you. A lot of it's going to be coming from the magic damage, and if he's able to dodge the magic damage with his spin, I think he's like perfectly fine.
Ben trying to set up a disable for his team, and he will find that his teammates nearby, but where's Afu? Afu with the kick. Silence. It's going to come through. Magnetize. They want to delay him and nuke him down, and they do. They don't get the dual victory, but that doesn't matter. They kill Jabs. 47 seconds. The creep wave is coming in.
Right outside the base.
Yeah. They're going to try to go high
Double
ground here.
damage as well.
We'll spin and keep on right-clicking that building. That building's at half HP already. Blink back stun, only gets one Omni Slash Shift fly off at the end here, and Nuts is gonna take all of it on the back line though. Anti-Mage blinks in, he gets silenced. Looks like he's gonna be fine. That wall doing quite a bit of good damage here, and Nana will get warded off. Another blink stun, delaying the retreat. I think with that though, they should probably back it off. No, still 10 seconds to the Ember.
Go. They still have Aegis too.
And they have Deso, so they're gonna bring up a couple more right click. That wall still creating illusions in the Midis. Tier 3 will go down, and I think with that, WG very happy what they got. Or is this gonna be the infamous WG fake back? Do they have a smoke? They do have one on X Nova.
They have 2 of them. I think more importantly is thanks to the changes, now they can just go for the shrines.
Correct. Shrine is now open. But I don't think Faceless will give it up for free. Oh, Shrine already went down. The damage is too fast.
Alright, Faceless taking the offensive approach. They need this smoke to work out for them because right now they're just falling behind.
Oh, it's gonna be a counter smoke on the other side, and you know, Juggernaut showing the front. That's a hard one to go on to. He's got Spin, he's got Manta, he's got Aegis. Instead,
he's getting closer to the Butterfly.
Blinks in. I heard the Vuvuzela. Blink, dual, blame out, Black pops the Manta style and burns a lot of Ben's mana, so that'll be it.
Ben is now in trouble.
Yeah, his team
Let's
is
see if
backing
the rest
him
of
up.
the team can make it in here in time.
Yeah, they'll back it off. Ben's Aegis.
Oh, nice crush.
Blink crush,
Back
ball
heal.
back on top, and
Oh, the Mono Void completely whiffing.
who did he actually? Oh, Omni Slash gonna fly through, and that's gonna be a 2-man root. Nana coming in, looks like the Aegis has run out, and on the right side he's gonna go for Ice Ice Ice. Ice 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 gonna go down. The dual diff fly off on the left side, and that's gonna be a dead Japs as well. Black blinks back out of that fight here, and the Illusions doing a lot of work against the rest of WG. But looks like they will be okay.
Nuts.
Oh, Nuts trying to come in here for a kill.
Got the healing ward at least.
Okay. But I think
So the Mono Void was used on Ben, which would have killed him, but X Nova
oh, the
Face Edict at
Yep.
the perfect time.
0 damage. Backdoor protection is not up for whatever reason, and WG is gonna just go right into the base. Mangoes are being eaten. And that is gonna be the first set of racks. That is the first set of racks that Faceless has lost here at the DAC.
Yeah, I think so.
A lot of firsts here for Faceless. And one thing to mention is that they already failed to qualify for the Star Series. TNC snatched that spot away from them, so for international Faceless fans out there, you know, if you want to see them at some tournaments, these are the games that they have to win. So now, personally, I'm not doubting them at all. This is a best of 3 series for a reason, and they could definitely make a comeback at Game 2 or Game 3, or heck, even in this game. But right now, it's not looking too good.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there, but at the same time, you got to be kind of worried. Like Warriors Gaming being the underdog, if having this kind of momentum, it's not entirely out of the question that they potentially even 2-0 them.
Top lane, looks like they're gonna try to set up a kill against X Nova. Back into a Centaur Stomp. Okay, he does False Promise and mech and drops all of the healing on himself. I think X Nova should be fine. Okay, the ult's gonna fly off. Let's see the damage. No, never mind. That last tick of the damage. Nice silence. Afu did not connect the kick though. What a crazy gank combo. Surge the Centaur blinks in with a Darkseer Vac back into a Centaur Stomp. That was like perfect by Ice Ice Ice.
Well, he did miss the Centaur Stomp. If he got the Centaur Stomp, that would have been a lot quicker of a kill.
Oh, he missed it? I thought he got it.
Yeah, he missed it. Every kill helps. Unfortunately, it was against X Nova. X Nova was the minus 20-second respawn time.
Nice.
It's already alive.
I thought you would take the experience gain, the 20%. But
I think it's kind of...
I mean, they're both good, I guess.
I think they're both good, yeah.
Well, mid lane blink duel that's gonna find Black. He does get a little bit of ice armor from the creep, but this isn't gonna be enough. It's not. They commit the Omni Slash, and Roshan.
Oh, and they find a double damage as well. Now Roshan is going to be a little bit away.
Ooh, if they just stay in there, like park a creep in here, it's gonna spawn. Like right now, oh my god, that's so unfortunate for them. They will get the shrine, and if somebody checks again, they should be able to make it away with the Aegis.
Ice has to be a little careful here. Afu, is he going to find him? Oh, he found him at the last second.
Yeah, with that kick.
Guess what's happening?
And of course, that Centaur is gonna farm a camp on the back line. Look at him go.
Radiant's
This is pretty much all Faces can really do right now is delay the game for as long as possible.
Backdoor protection. Not protecting you from Nana's double damage. Wait. Okay. Oh, Ajit has an axe. I guess when you have such a far mid, you might as well.
I mean, at the same time, it's not like his damage is low either. He actually does quite a bit of damage.
How would the interaction work if somebody gets false promise and gets beaten up like super hard, and then you just time lapse him?
I think the value is calculated from whatever the time lapse value is from, I believe. So let's say you take like 1,000,000 damage, but you get time lapse. It's just gonna take the value of what you have before you took all the damage.
So
That's my guess.
are you gonna be okay or not okay? Is what I'm asking.
I'm gonna go with okay.
Okay, well, I'm not seeing that interaction, but hopefully we'll see it once this game.
Yeah, but I mean, like you said, it's a kind of a tricky interaction. Not something you see all the time.
Black does have the Lincoln Sphere granted to him by, I believe, Jabs. Yep. And he is also working on one his own. This is continues to make perhaps Ben's life a little bit more difficult, but Ben so far, 42 dual damage, not doing too shabby.
It's like you said, if only they noticed the Roshan was respawning like immediately right then.
I'm surprised that nobody like left a creep in there. And now they do check it out, but the opportunity is gonna be a little bit harder to come by. Reaver's chasing the Centaur. Alright, here comes the Roshan town. It's gonna go down fast if there's no response by Faceless. It looks like there is none. By the time they group up and smoke up, it's gonna be gone.
Yeah, and Nana finishing his Scotty as well. This Juggernaut is incredibly scary right now.
Yep. Is this high ground time? Second lane of Rax, perhaps?
I think so. Are Faceless gonna be able to delay this game long enough?
I mean, they just need one big mistake by WG, right? This is something I don't say about Faceless a lot, but I think they are the best high ground defense team in C. And the reason I don't say it a lot is that they don't get in themselves into this situation a lot. Like, they generally just win early. So this is going to be the WG's biggest test yet. If nobody gets caught out here, WG is going to have to fight 5v5 up on the high ground. That's going to be pretty tough. But Nana...
You say that, but they're already down one set of racks.
Yep. Okay. Blink Crush. Doing what they can slow him down, but Afu gets him. The kick's gonna get him good as well. Are they gonna commit the Omni Slash is a question. Nice defensive force staff. The plays here by the team. Nana's now gonna spin. He's got the amp damage on him though, so lots of damage is being taken. I'm surprised that XY did not die there. They heal him back up, and now the rest of the team thinking about coming back out. A lot of these defensive ability has been triggered, including the healing ward. But WG essentially have lost no big cooldown. And then...
Don't forget, they still have that
Blink
time
kick, they got him. Can they actually silence? The duel is gonna be not available because Black disjoints it with the Manta triple remnant back in. They've lost the Earth Spirit on the back line. Everyone is retreating.
Black is still alive.
Yeah, very, very good defense here by Faceless. Blink Crush.
Oh, they're going for more.
Press the attack, gets him down the chain, keeps him in place, and now the spin. Nana trying to get his teammate out alive here. Blink forward here. Black sees it. He wants the kill here in the chain. They are chasing outward. Nana does not have the Omni Slash. He's looking to fight here. No, he does. The right click on the back line doing quite a bit of work. And now the chase goes the other way. One by one, WG falls. It looks like they will fall for one more here. He does have the Aegis. Great time-lapse brings him back, but for what? Like, he's actually not right-clicking. He's just trying to run away, and they're still on chasing. Black blocking his path. The vacuum's going to be there, and he is going to be dying to his first life. Okay, the question is, are they dying for the second life? Earth Spirit is coming back very soon. Okay, healing ward, but he's rooted up still. He spins up away. Teleports are coming back in. Blink kick, that's going to get 2. And now Silence going to be pretty good. Jabs taking a ton of that damage. Gets that Force Staff away. Nuts is going to be the first one for Faceless to die. And now the chase should go in the other direction. Or not. My god, that was a long-ass chase. But what a defense by Faceless. That was some miraculous stuff.
Well, it's like you said. They are definitely one of the best high ground defenders in Southeast Asia. And that definitely proves it.
But they did not get Nana. They try so hard.
They tried so hard. Well, they got the Aegis. That's definitely like a huge win for them. Alright, background protection is down now.
Okay, Blink Crush again, Centaur Stomp, and now Black going to work, but time-lapse, the two-man stunned here. Nana just straight up spinning and right-clicking the Raxus. The wall's doing some work, but Nana doesn't care. He gets the Raxus, he might die for this. Time-lapse on cooldown a little bit, press the attack's gonna get him back out of the disarm. Everything, the nice yields by Afu, catching him up. The kick's gonna get him down as well, and now the Blink duel going onto the Black. Black's dead. Dead for a long time. Jab's gonna jump away, and now blinking forward. Double core, the triple cores are jumping back in, and you believe Faceless, despite of the good defense, will crumble here. Black blinking forward, trying to actually slow down that roll, but Black, I think he has overstays welcome. He's dead again. The dieback by Black.
That's gotta be it then.
And WG is gonna force a GG out. Faceless crumble under the WG pressure. And this team is looking impressive as they take down one of the top teams in C.
Damn. What a performance from Warriors Gaming. I'm telling you, like, sometimes when you just win all of your matches, it gives your opponents a lot to study from. And I guess they did their homework.
Yeah.
They just expected these kind of picks to come out and, like, pretty much counterpicked everything Faceless had. I think this Oracle pick was just really clutch.
It was absolutely on point. The third pick Oracle shut down Ice Ice Ice. I felt like for the first time in a long time that Ice 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 did not have that big of an impact in this game.
Not only that, just like one of the first times that Jabs is pretty much like useless in the game.
Yeah, he got shut down in the lanes. And Black, he was the only only one that was doing super well, but I don't think Anti-Mage could solo carry a game. Like you need your team to do okay as well, and the team was not doing too well. WG though looking hot, and they are one step closer to the DAC qualification. So let's see if they could do it. It first starts with beating Faceless, and they are one game away from doing that. We're gonna go into a short break. Game 2 is coming up next.